Hello, this is FG back with you for Anbennar. Today we are playing as Themarenn, which is one of the Esmeri nations. Alright, go ahead. Okay. Turn the speed up. I went ahead and played like 4 days just to get the alliances set up. The war is over, yet scars it left behind are still to be healed. We might have lost the war, but it was one fought honorably. Our monarch stood his ground and lost his life with his soldiers. We should not let their sacrifices be in vain. They did not simply fight to win another pointless feud. They wanted to end the fighting, for those soldiers to return to their farms and families, and for Themarenn to spend tomorrow in peace. Having never fallen to the enemy, Themarenn is in a suitable position to stabilize its situation. This moment's peace will finally give us the chance to reclaim land we lost to the traitorous clergy in Rylanar, and the friends we so wrongly assumed in Des Moines. Gathered around a table once more were the vanquished of the Fourth Lilac Wars in Esmeria. Surprisingly, the mood was vibrant. Everyone socialized and boasted of their historic deeds during the conflict. Contrary to the Count's presumption, the Council did not require investment to be constructive. The very fact that they were all members of the Moon Party were assembled, laughing off the war over a glass of wine, was victory enough. The Count could now simply approach different guests and discuss his own agenda. Isabel of Gabmorian extended a friendly hand and a warm smile. As they exchanged pleasantries, Gabmorian's historical role in safeguarding the northern flank was appreciated. Lord of Ashiend for the utmost respect. Yeah, Master Smiths of Silverforge. Retaining was the Grand Master, and true to his fashion with a complete disregard for formalities, the Grand Master called out to the Count. After a hearty exchange, they were thanked for crafting the prolific arms that outperformed their Telgiri counterparts at every turn. Yep, we'll do the vanquished. Yep. There's the Grand... Further into the hall, surrounded by admirers, stood the Duke of Ashiend. Despite their distinct Eastern accent, Vernel swiftly thanked them for being Esmeria's diplomatic powerhouse, binding the ties that held the alliance together. Cannot forget about the Anbennar supply caravans which kept the war effort going. Count Frederick. Sacrifice is acknowledged. Alright. And we can do that. Alright, so relations, send an insult. The Temple of Rael historically had ambivalent relations with the county of Themarenn, considering most of the county's population, apart from the Themarenn city itself, followed the Rael branch of the Regent Court. But radical elements within the temple could never be satisfied with the generous concession of our county and had traitorous ambitions. It is about time we showed all Raelites, the true followers of Raela, spread the words of kindness and love, not that of hate and greed. To that end, we shall grant our own clergy more power to demonstrate our moral superiority. The sages of Esmeria long held their younger counterparts to lofty standards. Within the realm of Themarenn, save perhaps Conwell, the populace enjoys some of the highest levels of literacy in Esmeria, a testament to their prosperity. Whispers, discussions, and deliberations among the young and lost frequently arise, questioning their religious affiliations. Positioned at the crossroads between Themarenn and Riolan centers of influence, many have the privilege of choosing the path of their faith and belief. As a young teenager, such deliberations held Adlar Hearthcliff to journey to Themarenn, hoping that the priestess of Ezmyril could quell the tempest in his mind. He dedicated years to studying in prestigious schools under renowned scholars, visiting the Mother's Sanctuary weekly for prayers, aiding in the distribution of charity throughout the city. Yet enlightenment eluded him. The nature of his studies had only multiplied his question. Why was there a divide between the temple of the mother and daughter? Why were there multiple gods? He despaired of finding answers among Ezmyril's devotees. Thus he ventured to Rylanar, seeking what the Realites might offer. Immersing himself in the Ryalan perspective on life, he rose through the ranks, becoming recognized as a wise philosopher and attracting a circle of students who sought his counsel. During a reflective moment in Rylanar, he became acutely aware of his surroundings. All of the fame, all of these followers, were they too seeking answers? Why did they pose questions to him when he had no answers himself? For weeks he secluded himself, pondering these thoughts. Then an epiphany dawned on him. Perhaps all this time he had possessed the answers to these questions. Maybe that is why people sought his thoughts. Alright. And we can protect trade in James Crown. Let me get guilds, take out some loans. Nine regiments of infantry. Okay, we can do that later. Being occupied with the war, Vernel's third parents found little time to tutor the heir. It was deemed appropriate to entrust his tutelage to a faithful personal friend of the royal family, Countess Isabel of Gabmorian. In that sense, did the young count have a second mother, one which he cares for deeply. Seeing the opportunist vultures and Tear and the Telgier try to take advantage of an heirless Isabel is deeply troubling to him. But if we throw our weight behind theirs, there might be hope to stop the vultures destroying her beloved town and terrorizing Gabmorian. Isabel, one of the most powerful diviners of our time, is an old lady. While her contributions to the stability of the region has been invaluable, eventually she will need an heir. Having foreseen the future, she is afraid the vultures of Telgier and Terror, who fought her realm during the Fourth Lilac War, might use this opportunity to usurp her realm. During his childhood, Vernel III spent years in Gabmorian while his parents were busy fighting the war away from home. Under the tutelage of Lady Isabel, he made friends with her orphans that she raised and learned about Ezmeri traditions, literature, and history. Now he is in a position to return the favor by protecting his ward's legacy. Isabel herself has expressed interest in naming one of her adopted sons as heir, a talented young man named Aradon, one of Vernel's best friends growing up. On the other hand, the nobles of the realm suggest Vernel himself approach Isabel and convince her that he can lead both duchies and protect her people. Trust me, Auntie, I can protect your people. I am sorry, Gabmorian. Makes them a little bit upset with me. That's okay. And Telgier. Ooh, that's gonna be a bit of an issue. Influence actions. Let's create favors here. Here. Really wish we had another diplomat. We're gonna have to wait for that though. It'll be a little while before she dies, but that is fine. What if I just hired some mercenaries? Newcomer to the fort. Nothing like a good... whatever. Oh. The county of Themarenn once controlled large portions of Can Esmar and fully supported rule over the lands of Rylanar, but with the breakout of the Second Lilac War, facing great internal strife and rebellion, and a rebellious clerical class, the realm fell apart just as the Rylan Temple, supported by local nobles who opposed joining the war, rebelled and took control of Rylanar. Soon after, traitorous nobles pledged their support for the temple and seceded from the county. In order to stabilize the situation, the then Count Vincent II allowed his fiefs to stay out of the war on the condition that they pay their taxes. But with the endless successive wars, Theranen's own pool of levies and funds ran short, and eventually during the Fourth Lilac War, Vernel II, under siege and with little hope, agreed to a humiliating deal with his own subjects, granting them nigh total freedom in turn for their involvement in the war. Now the young and firebrand Vernel III seeks to amend these unfair treaties, having already replaced the fief of Urincliffe with a loyalist. He looks towards the arrogant house of Sweet Castle next. For many years, Hout Sweet Castle has basked in unparalleled autonomy within our realm of Theranen. With the devastating Lilac War now but a sorrowful chapter in history, the young Count Vernel III aspires to usher Theranen into a prosperous future. To do so, he must resolve lingering issues and address the extensive privileges granted to the nobility. Upon ascending to power, Count Vernel dispatched one of his most loyal generals to reclaim Urincliffe from a rebellious local lord. With Urincliffe now secured, opposition to the Count's directives is expected to be minimal as he turns his attention to House Sweet Castle. Nonetheless, a path of diplomacy may yet prevail. By extending some concessions, we can revoke the old treaty, thereby reinstating Sweet Castle and its ruling house as loyal vassals. The decision will undoubtedly bear long-lasting consequences, but it must be made with the utmost care and wisdom. Right. Nobility, loyalty. Okay, that'll... yeah. Equilibrium's good. Sure. Sweet Castle. No. I'll just take Prestige. I really want those two provinces. That would be like almost 50% more development for my nation. Great, I cannot afford that. Curry favors here. James Crown. Spill the beans, I hate them. Okay. we do outnumber them by enough. I always forget Silverforge's ruler is cruel, so he's not particularly helpful. Okay, who else am I allied with? Themarenn. Alright. That's not true. She's not malevolent. She's a nice old lady. Loves wood, so we'll call in these guys. Okay, I guess not. Shit. It's either that or we wait for 10 more favors, 8 more favors with them. Okay, I guess we can drop. Favored by the gods, Castellos. Yeah, I'll just do stab cost. Okay. The Renaissance, where did it spawn? Did it spawn in Esmeria? Yeah, it did. Sweet. And we hate Stalin because... wrong party. I'll get him off of the army. Alright, let's get up. Times of need. It's actually a fairly nice amount of money. Okay, so for saying... give me money, give me war reps. Trade power. We do want to transfer trade there, and we want to collect from trade here. And I can try and siege down Telgier so I can grab it, because I'm going to be taking it eventually. So I suppose that's not a terrible idea. How the fuck did Telgier get that many ships? Oh, I guess they spawn with them, but... Alright, so from Benin, money, war rep, straight power, and... Okay, what if I do that? It will not let me. Okay, so for right now, money, war reps, transfer trade power. Here are that clients. And then here we can do that. Alright. No, fuck you, Lex. You can kiss my ass. James Crown. DM1. Still a county. Alright, so we can invest. There we are. State magical thesis. Excellent. Trying to be a little bit better about actually doing all of my research. 0.49, 0.58. The Allfather. Alright. I can do Narat. Wait, do we get access to the Onyx Legion? Oh, we do. Not sure if that was purely coincidental or if that actually is because you worship Narat. Okay, so... I can improve relation with that bastard. And then improve with my allies. Yeah, I can rival a Stalin. And then I will also need to go fight DM1 fairly soon. Okay, the problem there is Dame's Crown. And again... Would get. Okay. Okay. $1,000 sailors, Riala. Okay, so it's basically just money at this point. Okay. Okay. I have no idea where that money came from. Themarenn. Well, we can pay off our loans with that money. More reparations make up an unhealthy amount of my budget, but I am just not going to think about that. Do they have... Okay. Still have no earthly idea. Oh, there it is. Oh, I really cannot afford that. Alright, so... For Stalin, we obviously want maximum money, war reps. And a humiliation, probably. Okay, we need to build Rylanar. Yeah, marketplace. Alrighty. So, a Stalin. Give me all of that. That is going to be some extra monarch points. I will not take that until the truce is up, which is going to be in a few years. I guess I can feed that to them. Right, actually. Alright. Not doing that yet. Nobility influence is 60 or greater. And we need Des Moines as well. Additionally, we do need to get more men in the army. Alright. I don't want to give them increased levies because we need to be able to seize manpower from them. I can give them that though. Okay, now I need to save up 150 ducats. Yeah, we're cool. Yeah, we can do that. I'll do the Altresians, and we also should have done the mages. Okay. Heck. It's either between Diplo or espionage. I usually do espionage because it's kind of too good, but I'll go with Diplo. I'll take a mage. And then nobility loyalty. What's nobility loyalty at right now? Needs to be higher than 60 with this. It would go down, but only slowly. I give them something to make them a little bit happier. I guess expand the fortifications would keep them happy. Okay. Allied with the Magisterium. Alright. 3 prestige. Take tech. Let me not do that, actually. Okay, so Rylenar needs 10 production. Which we can do. That needs 7. And we also need more light ships. We can give our merchants guilds private trade fleets. And then we can do that. Protecting Dame's Crown. Okay. Themarenn. Trade League. Eventually we'd need to do that. And we can go with Themarenn Longbowman, sure. Yeah. Right, that is Rylenar done with. To that truce. They're no longer transferring trade to me. Oh boy, that's gonna be a little bit painful. Tech trade in the Dame's Crown. Alright. More ships. Trade in the Dame's Crown. Yeah. I'll do that eventually. Gift from the god. Yep, let's do that one. Okay, you know what? Let's take out Merchant Guild loans. Pay that off. Build that. Build that. 2 of a kind. Yep, give me the extra admin power. Okay, and we have expanded infrastructure. We're... should have built a temple. Our 26,000 plus Silver Forge. All right. This comes off. Could be enough to make us positive. And then we want to ask to prepare for war. And then we want to go... Before the Grand Dukes of Esmeria awarded the crown of Telgir to the House of Banbury, the city and its surroundings used to be under the direct rule from Themarenn, a core part of the Duchy of Can Esmar before it would eventually evolve into Esmeria. It stands to reason that we claim this land of ours back from the Vanburys. They were exiled by the Lennox for a reason, and their treasonous behavior became abundantly clear when they raised their swords against the hand that fed them. Okay, so I think the move is probably going to be... to, what's it called? Knock out Santhal first. We could just get, like, a few ducats out of them, so that way we can focus on the real issue. Yeah, I'll sail the mages. Yeah, I'm not taking that fight. Did not mean to retreat that way. What is our time at? 40 minutes? We'll go 5 more minutes, and then we will call that an episode. Thank God. Although we really do not have the manpower to be fighting battles like that. Okay, tech-wise, they are Tech 5, we're Tech 5. The Lover's Coast, stretching from the old groundsway near the city of Dames Crown to the estuary of the Ryle River, where the gentle touch of the sun rays pierced through the clouds of migratory doves and seagulls, remembers Ryala's own beauty and Ismairil's warm heart. Truly a magnificent sight to behold. So graceful is this gift of nature that even through the harsh and bloody battles fought near its shores, it remains calm, offering peace of mind to all those who take a moment to ponder. Yet that should not become an excuse for its caretakers to overlook the state of decline the coastal cities are facing. If we are to revitalize the Lover's Coast, we must pour our resources into expanding the farmland, workshops, and trade routes, both seaboard and inland. Alright, so... we got knocked out, Conwell. Yeah, that makes sense. Probably going to take too long to siege Dane's Crown, so I will just tell them to get out. Shit, they've broken our alliances. Why is the Aurel Dresi on this war? Oh. Okay. So how does that affect this? Study magic, enchantment, spellbook, enchantment, and mass charm. We can just siege that one province. What is that? Aranthil down, then that would be amazing. Oh, back to Lex. Yeah, we'll just have to, like, improve relations with these two. Alright, and we are at 45 minutes. I am going to end this episode here. I want to thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and have a good day.